Hello, gorgeous people. Say hello as you hop on and join me. I would love to know how you are doing today, whether you're watching now or on replay. I would love to hear from you. So bear with me while I get the group up on my phone as usual. As usual, it will probably take me a while. And of course, my phone has decided to go slow. So bear with. There we go. Cool beans. Sharon, gorgeous, wonderful to be here. You're in hibernation mode today. Yeah, I know the feeling, right? We're at that time of year where everything feels like it's slowing down. We want to be slowing down. In my Coaches by Ayurveda group, we've been talking about it because we've been looking at the Ayurvedic seasons and how they can affect us, but how we can work with them to bring the best out of ourselves. But so we need a little bit of hibernation. This is the perfect time to be planting our seeds. So today is really going to support that. Today is going to be looking at creating your plan for 2023 so you can step into the new year knowing you've got a plan in place to create your dream business. And when I say create your dream business, I know many of you have already got a business, but this is about taking it to the next level, right? And getting the results you really want to see. Hi, Beverly, gorgeous. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, what I wanted to dive into first is before we even create the plan, and I know we've already covered some of this week, so this is really about bringing it all together, everything we've covered. So let's just have a bit of a recap. So day one, we looked at our vision. So what was the vision? What are we trying to manifest? What are we bringing into reality? Day two, we looked at how we can step up to that vision, how we can become energetically aligned to that vision. So we're willing to take the action required to actually make it a reality. Day three, we looked at all the ingredients you need in a successful business. So everything from our own personal mindset to the actual steps that are required in a business. So things like the marketing, bringing in new people into your world, how you're then nurturing them and building that trust so people get to know you and feel safe to work with you. And to invest their money with you, because if you're not making money, it's not a business, right? And then day four, yesterday, what did we cover in day four yesterday? Oh, we looked at everything around mindset, didn't we? We looked at all of those things that can sabotage us from actually getting the results. So today we are getting really practical. We're going to bring it all together so that you've got a plan to take with you into 2003 so you can make these things happen and get to the end of next year and go, wow, I did it. So hopefully that sounds fabulous to you. Take a breath. Should we take a breath? So if you can, get yourself comfy for a moment and allow your awareness to just rest in that gentle rise and fall of the belly. Not trying to control it in any way or force the breath. We're just allowing it to be whatever it is in this moment. And if you get distracted at all by thoughts or emotions, feelings in the body, no, that's absolutely fine, absolutely normal. But just gently redirect your attention back to that gentle rise and fall. And taking a nice deep breath in and letting that go with a bit of a sigh. And doing that again, nice deep breath in. And again, letting that go with a bit of a sigh. Okay. And coming back. Hi, Mary Lovely. Hope you are doing okay. Hope you're having a gorgeous morning. So, shall we dive straight in? So, the first step in creating your plan, your business plan for 2023, is to have a goal initially. Now, I personally find it very difficult to get motivated by a money goal. To me, money is just this thing that, comes in, and so I have to have something more tangible in my head in terms of what that money will bring me, what that money will give to me. So when I'm starting my plan for the year, the first step I always come to is, what lifestyle do I want to be living in this fourth year? So how many holidays do I want to be having? How much do I want to pay off the mortgage? What money do I want to put aside in terms of my kids' futures? And, that might be for their university fees, or helping them with a deposit for a house. So starting to think about those things on a bigger level, but also those little things as well. Like, how many massages do you want to be having? How often? How much do you want to be spending on whatever it is that lights you up? So for you, that might be clothes, that might be books, that might be courses. Courses is a big me. I generally always have in my mind, 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 courses that I want to be undertaking during the course of that year. Because learning into is big on my value system. It's something I really value, is learning constantly. I love to feel like my mind is expanding. I love to look at things from different angles. I like to learn more and more about different subjects. Also, what coaches do you want to be working with? What maybe you want to purchase a car, maybe you want to purchase a house. What are the things that you want in your life in 2023? And then start to think about what level of income is going to allow you to have that. I also think about things like, how often do I want to be eating out? How often do I want to be taking my kids to different, I'm trying to think what you call them, like attractions? What kind of day trips do I want to be having? All of these things, put it all down on a piece of paper, and you will have space in your workbook to do this. But I want to talk you through it in a bit more detail before you went ahead and did it with your workbook. So try and think about everything you want to experience in 2023. And again, be careful if you find yourself starting to minimize those dreams or dampen them down, because when you start doing that, what you also dampen down is that fire in the belly to go make it a reality. So make sure that your dreams and goals for 2023 feel expansive, feel exciting, feel, oh my God, that would be so amazing. I would love to do that. And that's going to help drive you when you're having to do the difficult bits or push through the things that you find challenging. So then once you've put down everything that you want to experience in 2020, you're going to need to have a rough idea of how much that's going to cost you, as well as things like how much you need to put aside for tax, how much you're going to need to put aside for your savings. So I don't know about you, but I have like investments that I have my money held in, and I like to have a certain amount saved each month, so I know I've got that long-term invest strategy happening as well, because that's really important to me, to know that I've got that long-term security. So once I've done all of that and got it all down on paper and thought about everything I want to experience that year, then what I will do is try and add it all up and come to a figure of the likeliness of what that needs to be. So for example, let's say overall, my lifestyle figure for 2023 is 200,000. What we then do is have a look at, okay, we can do this in a couple of different ways. What I suggest you do, you could break it down into monthly income, or what I tend to do is break it down into quarterly income. So quarter one, normally with quarter one, you are looking at, so quarter four is generally your best quarter because you've been building and building throughout the year. So you've been building services or building products. And so by quarter four, you generally have one of the better income months. Quarter one would be, say, 20% of your goal would be your goal for quarter one. Does that make sense? Quarter two, again, about 20% is what you would be expecting to bring in terms to meet your income goal. Quarter three, you should be upping that a little bit by now. So that if we said 25%, I'm now doing maths in my head. Most people will know it's not my strength. And that leads 35% for quarter four. So this is a good way to break down what you need to be bringing into your business during the 4 quarters of the year. So this is a really practical one today. Because I don't know about you, but I feel better when I've got a plan. So then we break down those individual quarters. And the things we need to be thinking about is, so what products and services would feel really amazing to offer to my clients that would allow me to meet those income goals? So if at the moment you're only offering one-to-one services, you may struggle with this. And you may have to start broadening your mind around ways that you can perhaps bring in additional income to meet your income goals. So what might that be? So for example, say you are a Reiki practitioner. Ways that you can bring in additional income other than doing one-to-one Reiki work could be, if you're a Reiki master teacher, to offer Reiki teaching. So Reiki training, and that could be in the form of, that could be online, that could be in person, that could be part of a retreat that you decide to run. Do you see what I mean? Your opportunities are endless. Other options could be offering corporate packages for Reiki. So going out to corporate organizations and offering Reiki treatments. Alternative options could be to, again, just run Reiki retreats where it's not about training people, but people are already trained. If you're not a Reiki master teacher, but you just help facilitate a retreat where you come together and practice Reiki together. Do you see what I'm saying? So start to think beyond, if you've been in the mindset of one-to-one work or one-to-one treatments, that could be really limiting on your goals and your potential income. And the truth is, unless you're offering extremely high value services, it's unlikely you are going to meet any you're going to have a profitable business. It's unlikely you're going to have a profitable business if you just focus on one-to-one work, unless you're charging high-end prices. And I mean really high-end prices. So personally, for me, I generally don't charge. So my one-to-one work at a minimum is £555. I only have, and that would be for a one-off session. When it comes to one-to-one packages, I don't offer less than £888 was the last. So that would be per month that someone would pay to work with me on a one-to-one basis. And I generally will not take on more than 2 one-to-one clients at one time in a month. So, I mean, I won't work with more than 2 people in a month one-to-one. The main reason being it's time consuming. It also means that actually the people I want to work with on a one-to-one basis have had to do a lot of work on themselves, because to work with people at a high level so I can really get that transformational results. And it takes a certain person to do that, right? A certain person, you have to be at a certain level in your journey in order to be that invested in your well-being, in your growth, in your business. So start to think, if you're currently in a one-to-one strategy mindset, how can you broaden that? Other options that you can do. So I've used the Reiki example, but for the coaches, spiritual entrepreneurs amongst you, things you can be thinking about are group coaching, programs where you incorporate training and coaching, retreats, workshops, like weekends away. There's so many different things that we could do, right? And this is why we need to really tap into that feminine form energy and allow ourselves to dream and tap into our creativity. Is that making sense? I would love to know. Sharon, you said yay. Oh, what are you yaying at? Marie, courses and massages. I know, 2 of the biggest pleasures in life, right? So by now, or as you go through it in your workbook, you should now have what you want to do this year, the figure you want to earn to allow you to make it a reality. Have that then broken down into your quarter by quarter, and started to think about, okay, so what are the products and services that I can start offering to my audience to allow that to become a reality so I can hit those income goals. So once you've got your products and services all mapped out, knowing what you want to do, when you want to do them to allow you to hit those income goals, the next thing you need to think about, thinking back to those steps that we went through in day 3, is how are you bringing people into your world to allow that to become a reality, to sell, so that you have what we would term a warm audience. So if you don't know what a warm audience is, a cold audience is people that don't know you. So they're people that don't know you. They've never come across you before. They know nothing about you. That would be a cold audience. When it comes to selling to a cold audience, they generally won't buy anything that is higher in cost. They tend to, there has to be a lot more around guarantee and trust in the actual sales process. So for example, offering things like money back guarantees, because they don't know you and they don't trust you. And, it's got to be, the offer has got to be so fabulous that they can't say no, because it's just too good. or it's extremely low cost, so someone's not worried. So you will often see on Facebook things like ads that go around where people are selling into a really low cost offer. But what they're actually doing is they're not making any money from that. They are using that money that the people are paying. So, anything from £5 to £25 to pay for their ads. And this is what we would call a tripwire. So basically, you're just bringing people into your world. And the idea is to allow them to get to know you. So you could do something like a tripwire for a course or a small course at a very small price. Run that on an ad system to allow people to get to know you, come into your world, find out what you're all about, and you offer them fabulous value and they think, hell yeah, I want to continue working with that person. Other ways we can do this is by launching. If you haven't heard of a launch, this is a launch. So we've been going through this week, so like a challenge or a workshop series or something that you offer to people for free to allow them to get to know you, allow them to get to know what you're about, what you know about, what you can help and support them with, give them lots of time, like free value, like free information, so that they come away and think, oh, do you know what? I actually really gained something from that week. And what this does is it allows people to develop that trust in you and get to know you and see how you can help them. And then, when you're at the point in your business when you want to share a product or service, then you've got people that already know you, already trust you, and know that you're going to deliver something fabulous. So we've got to have a system in our business, whether this is an in-person business or an online business. We're somehow bringing people into our world, allowing them to get to know us, and then offering them the service or the product that we know will really help them. So those are the main steps, and that's all you need to sort out, other than how are you going to sell it? Selling can feel like an icky one to so many people. And it was something that I also used to have a lot of blocks around. And I kind of mentioned this at the beginning of the week. I would have this feeling inside me where it was like, I didn't want to feel like a car salesman. I didn't want people to feel like I was pushy or like I didn't care about them, that I only cared about the money. All of these things would go through my head, and it would really block me from sharing how I could help people. And then I remember having this conversation with my coach when she, I was talking it through with her, and she was like, but how are you going to help anyone if you're not selling your services to them? And so I had to get that into my head, this selling is serving, selling is serving, selling is serving, this kind of affirmation that I would have to say to myself before sharing any of my products or services with people. So other things we need to think about when it comes to selling. The higher the price of the thing that we're offering, the more work we really need to put into how we sell that. Generally, that there is exceptions to that. So I will talk into that. So for example, if I'm selling something that's generally £100 to £300, and this sounds, as I'm saying out loud, it sounds funny, but because that's such a low cost offer, I probably don't put that much effort into the sales process. And what I mean by that is it's £100 to £300 offer. It's very affordable for most people. It would be something that I would just send out on an email. So it'd be like, hi guys, I've put this thing together. I think you're really going to enjoy it. This is how it's going to help you. This is how it's going to work. This is what you're going to gain from it. And so I would just put that out on an email. And because my audience is already warm, they already know me, they already know what I'm about, they already have been on many of my courses and know what to expect, then those sort of products kind of fly. They just sell off the shelves. Whereas if I'm doing something that's higher end, so anything really around the 2,000 to 5,000 mark, I would go through like a kind of launch process. So that might be sharing a free challenge or a free workshop series, or you can do this in so many different ways. So you could even do this as like a pre-recorded course that people on your mailing list can have a look at. So what this will do, will it allow me to bring more people in? So I generally do that through like a Facebook ad system. They come through this course with us and get to know me and get to know what I'm about and get to know my values and get to know how I can help them and what I stand for. Because the thing is, that part is just as important to people as what it is you do. So that's the next step you need to think about. I would also, around that kind of 2,000 £5,000 mark, make sure that I've got a sales page, that I've got my payment links all set up around all of that, that I've got an email, emails that go out alongside it to actually continue to sell and remind people, because I don't know about you, but I generally forget and then don't buy something until I've received the third email about it. So those sort of things we need to have in place when we're looking at the higher end offers. So those are your main steps for creating your 2023 business plan. And then all it is just making sure you stick to it, which, as we know, looking at yesterday's training, can be really challenging. So making sure you've got that support in place. So even if that's not working with a coach, make sure that you've got a group of business buddies where you can catch up and be held accountable. And because you will have those mindset monkeys that will come in and try and derail you every step of the way. Because not only are we scared of failure, we're also really frightened of success, right? Because how that might change our lives, how that might change us. So having that ongoing support with people that are like-minded, are in the same situation, that are facing the same challenges as you, is just so valuable. So if you haven't already, make sure to get support in place in your business with like-minded people around you. So those were the main things that you were going to be going through in the workbook today. So you can step into 2023, know what you're doing, know how you're going to get there, know what the steps are that you're going to take, and you can then break that down into your diary week by week. So you don't even have to think about it. You just have to show up, do the work. Sharon, you're definitely going to be incorporating Reiki into your retreats. Perfect. Sounds fabulous. Lovely. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. And I thought about doing something similar with retreats at one point, and I'm planning a retreat right now, which I'm super excited about. And I will share a little bit because I'm so stupidly excited about this. But I was looking to plan a retreat for 2023. And this is what I mean about aligning business to your values. So some of my deepest values are pleasure. I've said this all week. My business has to feel pleasurable in order for me to want to show up and do the work. And, I'm lucky I have the most amazing clients who make my job a dream and, just such a joy. And I thought, I really want to have a retreat where we can all go and share some time together and really connect deeply. And we're going to be doing some of that inner work to allow them to step forward in their lives and step up to their dreams, reawaken that woman within, which is a phrase I use quite a lot. But I thought, and I'd been feeling this kind of energy of it not feeling quite in alignment. I'd been looking at loads of venues around the UK. I looked at venues on the island, and I was like, nothing was getting me excited. And if I don't feel excited, I'm not doing it. It's just kind of, if I'm not excited, I won't want to sell it. So I'm just not going to do it. And so I could feel this kind of meh energy coming through. So I thought, okay, what would make this feel really exciting for me? So I started to just allow myself to dream, did some visualization, did some journaling around it. And then I thought, do you know what I really want to do in 2023? I want to travel more. So I thought, well, why don't I incorporate the both? So next year's retreat, we are actually going to be holding it in Bali, because I want to go to Bali, baby, and I want to bring you all with me. So why wouldn't I? And this is what I mean about creating a business that just lights you up and gets you excited and makes you think, hell yeah, I want to show up for that. Hell yeah, I want to bring that to my audience. Why wouldn't I want to take my gorgeous ladies to Bali? So yeah, watch this space for more information about Bali. I could talk about Bali, but that's not what it's about. So in terms of, what I was going to do is save some time for questions today, but we're going through time quite quickly. So what I'm going to do is put a post in the group, and over the weekend, you can pop in there any of your business questions that are coming up. So this might be questions around how you might launch something, what kind of services you're thinking about doing, or any questions you've got around the marketing, the advertising, anything like that. You can pop your questions on that post, and I will go live on Monday and we will talk through them all and get you the answers you need to actually really make this happen. So I will do that over the weekend. In the meantime, if you haven't already, don't forget to check out Intuitive. What I forgot to say yesterday, but I did put it on the email, is that early bird pricing for my Intuitive Online Business Academy expires Sunday. So it expires Sunday evening. Enrollment will be open until January, but the early bird discount is ridiculously good. So if you want to save a ton of money, go have a look at that. And we've also got the bonuses on there. So the first 3 people get the one-to-one session with me. And also for everyone that signs up, we have got a bonus workshop where we're going to be looking at that abundant receiving. So moving through those money blocks, unpacking any stories we've got around money, anything we picked up in our childhood, anything we need to let go of, to allow us to really step into that place of our worthiness when it comes to giving and receiving money. What I would also say, actually, when you are mapping out your desires for the year, don't forget to put in there your contribution desires. So for example, each year I know there's a certain amount of money I want to donate to charity. And in my head, I know what charity that is depending on what my focus is for that year. So for example, this year I launched my Coaches of Ayurveda certified training. So my donation this year going to Grassroots, which supports women who are setting up businesses. So it's, for me, it has to be aligned to something that's going on for me, because I want to really feel deeply connected to the charity that I'm giving to. And, last year it was around mental health. Mental health was such a huge topic with everything that everyone went through with the pandemic and the suicide rates that had gone up because of that pandemic. And so that was something I decided to donate to last year. So don't forget to put in your contribution goals. If you're like me and contribution is a huge value of yours, make sure to have that in there because that will spur you on even more, right? If you know that you get to give away 25% of what you earn to an amazing charity, you're going to want to earn the money, right? It's like, as well as have the holidays and the massages and the courses and all of those other things you want to do for you, make sure to incorporate that in. Oh, who said that? Oh, it's not. Oh, here we go, Sharon. This conversation about beliefs about money has been so helpful because for so long you felt it's not right to earn money. Even though my Reiki master tried to help me to drop this. But this has been so helpful to let you drop this belief. I am so pleased, lovely, because it is one of the biggest things that can hold us back in our businesses. And I get it. I've been there. I had my own rubbish to work through when it came to money and that whole, is it spiritual to receive money? Is it good to receive money? And the irony is, the more I've charged for my services as I've gone on, the more I have seen from the clients that come in and work with me that actually when they're paying more, they're more committed to their own healing. So that has really helped me as well with my money mindset, because I know actually that if someone comes in and pays 20 quid, like 20 quid, they're not really going to care. They're not going to put the effort in. They're not going to take responsibility for their part in it, right? Whereas I know in my one-to-one clients, when they're paying £800 a month, they're going to be doing the work. They're going to be showing up for themselves. They're going to be doing those difficult things. They're going to be, changing their lifestyle, changing their habits around the eating and the food or their business or whatever it is for them, because they're invested in it, right? And I know this with myself. So each year I'm making an investment in a coach. I go to the next level because as my income changes, I still need that level of financial commitment that's going to drive me to actually do the work. So, initially when I first invested in a coach, I think I paid something like $5,000. But as the years have gone on, I've had to up that figure. So I personally still feel that that's a lot of money because then I'm invested in it. I'm invested in doing the work and seeing the results. So that's the way that we work money is for our clients, anything we're not doing for ourselves. So I would never charge more for my services than what I'm paying. Does that make sense? So if I said that the right way around. So I don't charge my clients more than what I'm paying for my coach. So I would never ask my clients to invest a certain amount of money that I've never paid. So I'm not going to ask my clients to invest 100 grand with me for, 100 grand for a year's worth of coaching when I'm not paying that. But, I would. And as I've grown and my investments have grown, my prices have grown because that's helped my money mindset because I'm investing that amount. So why wouldn't I charge like a lesser amount than that, if that makes sense? So make sure you're practicing what you preach is what I'm saying. And also really help around money mindset. Oh, so lovely. I have so enjoyed this week. I hope you have been, I hope you've had some real aha moments. I hope you've had time when it comes to your business. And of what you want to achieve, and cannot wait to hear from you in terms of what results. So if you haven't already, go check out the Intuitive Business Academy. It will be an epic 6 months of learning so much. And in that time, you will also have the support of me and the other people on the course to hold you accountable, to keep you on track, to help you manage that mindset, to help you break through those money barriers. So if this is something you really want to do and you really want to take it to the next level, now is your time. Go check it out. I will put a link on the email again in case you didn't see it yesterday. But yeah, the discount expires Sunday evening. Reach out if you want to have a chat about it. I know what it's like. If this is the first time you've invested in your business, then you might want to talk it through. You might want to just make sure that you're making the right decision. And if I don't think you're at the right stage for this to work for you, I will tell you. It is not in my interest to have people there that are going to feel out of their depth. So yeah, talk to me if you're interested. I would love to have you there. I would love to support you to allow you to see epic results in your business in 2023. In the meantime, have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next week on Monday for a live Q&A so we can make sure that we're getting through all of your questions and you can go into 2023 with everything you need to make it the most epic year. Okay. Oh, what was that? I missed. Sharon, I'm not sure if it's you because it's not showing me, but it says, thank you so much. Much to think about. Already researching options for an outdoor bathroom to add to your little cabin in the woods. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. And you are so going to have to share photos in the group once that's done. I would love to see how that materializes. Oh my God, outdoor bathroom. Now I have to go to my dreams for next year, I have to say. Okay, gorgeous. So have a beautiful day and I will see you next week. Take care.